Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are tackling a situation that literally every single one of us dreads. You know that heart-dropping moment when you suddenly realize your debit card might have been compromised? Yeah, that one. Well, today, we're going through the ultimate guide to freezing your card right from your banking app. It's an incredibly simple tool that can seriously save you a massive headache, all in a matter of seconds.
So let's set the scene based on a real-world scenario from our city sources. Imagine you're just sitting at a local coffee shop minding your own business when suddenly you get a terrifying text alert. A $500 purchase was just attempted in another state. Your heart drops, right? Now, a few years ago, you'd be frantically dialing customer service, waiting on hold, sweating, while a fraudster's potentially out there just keeping on swiping your card. But today, you've actually got a digital superpower right in your pocket. With just a quick tap in your mobile banking app, you can instantly lock your card. This stops any further unauthorized charges dead in their tracks before you even dial your bank's phone number. Honestly, it is the ultimate immediate solution for your peace of mind. All right, let's dive into Section 1, the power of card freezes. So what exactly is a card lock or a card freeze? Basically, it's a voluntary action that you take to block new authorizations on one specific card. But it's really crucial to understand what it isn't too. This is not a credit bureau security freeze. That's a totally different thing that takes longer to process and stops people from opening entirely new lines of credit in your name using your social security number. And it's also not a bank-initiated account freeze, which is when the bank completely locks down your entire checking and paying account, including checks and bill pay, usually for legal reasons or major fraud investigations. A mobile card lock is simply an instant, user-controlled on-off switch just for your specific piece of plastic. Moving right along to Section 2, when to lock your card. You know, a card lock is incredibly versatile. Have you ever left your card at a restaurant or maybe just misplaced it somewhere in your house? We've all been there. A card lock is the perfect temporary fix while you tear your couch apart looking for it. But as sources from Capital One and Chase point out, it's also a fantastic behavioral tool. Let's say you need to curb those late-night impulse purchases you keep making on your smartphone. Just lock the card. It adds that little bit of friction. You can also use it to secure old accounts that you want to keep open for your credit history, just without the risk of accidental charges. And hey, if you have authorized users, like say teenagers learning to manage money, you can lock their specific card to prevent unauthorized spending while keeping your own primary card perfectly active. It really just empowers you to manage your spending securely. Next up, Section 3, how to lock and unlock. Whether you're banking with Bank of America, U.S. Bank, Navy Federal, or Capital One, the steps to actually execute this freeze are pretty much universal. First, you just log into your mobile banking app. Second, navigate to the Manage Cards, Card Settings, or maybe Details and Controls section. Third, select your specific debit card and simply tap the lock or freeze toggle switch. And that's it. It literally takes effect almost instantaneously. And what if you find your card hiding in those couch cushions 5 minutes later? No problem. You just tap that exact same toggle to unlock, and the card is instantly reactivated. There's no waiting on hold, no fees. Now, as a quick expert tip for troubleshooting, if you ever tap the lock and it doesn't seem to be working, just ensure your app is updated with the latest security patches, or you can quickly log into your account on a standard web browser and apply the lock right there. All right, Section 4, what blocked and allowed means. Now, you might be wondering, if I lock my card, what happens to my Netflix subscription or my gym membership? Are they going to get canceled? Let's break down exactly what goes on behind the scenes. When your card is locked, new in-store or online purchases, ATM withdrawals, and cash advances are instantly blocked. However, and this is honestly the genius of the whole system, merchant-indicated recurring payments and subscriptions will typically still go through without a hitch. Returns, credits, and dispute adjustments are also allowed. Even better, some banks note that if your physical card is locked, you might actually still be able to use your digital wallet, like Apple Pay or Google Pay, for transactions. The whole system is intelligently designed to protect you from new fraud without totally disrupting your established financial life. Which brings us to Section 5, Smart Financial Security Tips. So a card lock really works best when you actually know there's a problem, right? Citi highlights 6 essential banking alerts that you should honestly set up right now to catch any issues early. You'll want notifications for low balances to avoid those pesky overdrafts, as well as payment reminders and direct deposit confirmations. But for pure security, you absolutely need alerts for suspicious activity, transactions that exceed a certain budget amount, and any time your personal information is changed. Think about it. If your password, phone number, or address is updated and you definitely didn't do it, that alert gives you the critical head start you need to jump into your app, lock your card, and secure your account immediately. It's basically round-the-clock monitoring. Now, there is a very crucial distinction we need to make here. A temporary lock is completely reversible. It's a quick fix that keeps your recurring bills active while you figure out what the heck is going on. Reporting a card as lost or stolen, however, that is permanent. Once you cancel that card, it is gone for good. You'll typically have to wait 3 to 5 business days for a new physical card to arrive in the mail, according to Chase, and then you will have to manually update your brand new card number across every single subscription service you use, which is a huge hassle. So use the lock while you investigate. Use the cancellation only when you are absolutely sure the card is permanently gone or compromised. And this brings us to an incredibly important warning. As this quote from Navy Federal makes crystal clear, freezing your card is not the same thing as actually notifying your bank of fraud. If you have confirmed unauthorized charges, locking the card stops future bleeding for sure, but you must immediately call your bank's fraud department. Timing is literally everything here. Financial institutions typically have zero liability protection policies, but by law, if you report the loss within 2 business days, your liability for unauthorized charges is capped at $50. But if you wait between 2 and 60 days, that liability can jump to $500. So remember, a lock is an amazing band-aid, but a phone call to your bank is the required cure. Of course, we do have to mention that every financial institution is slightly different. Please be sure to consult your specific bank or credit union's customer service for the exact details on their app features, their unique zero liability protections, and their specific fraud prevention policies. This explainer is strictly for educational purposes, really just designed to give you the lay of the land so you can navigate your own mobile banking app with confidence and fully understand the tools at your disposal. Which brings us to our final thought. You have an incredibly powerful security device sitting right there in your pocket, just waiting to be utilized. So the question is, are you actively using these digital tools to lock down your financial identity, manage your spending, and protect your accounts? Or are you just leaving it all up to chance? Seriously, don't wait for that terrifying coffee shop text alert. Open your banking app today, find that card lock toggle, and take control of your financial security. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and stay secure out there.